Here are some lesser-known facts about space exploration that might surprise you. 1. Silent space. In space, no one can hear you scream, not just a tagline from a movie. Sound waves require a medium like air to travel, and space is a vacuum. This means space is completely silent. 2. Moon dust smells like gunpowder. Apollo astronauts reported that moon dust smelled like burnt gunpowder when they brought it into their lunar module. This peculiar odor is thought to be a reaction with the oxygen in the module. 3. Space has a distinct smell. Astronauts describe the smell of space, from their suits after a spacewalk, as a mix of welding fumes, seared steak, and raspberries. This is likely due to aromatic compounds created when high-energy particles interact with the spacecraft. 4. Heart shrinks in space. Long periods in microgravity can cause the heart to shrink since it doesn't have to pump blood against gravity. This adaptation reverses upon returning to Earth. 5. Astronauts grow taller. In microgravity, astronauts can grow up to 2 inches (5 centimeters) taller because the spine expands without the compression caused by Earth's gravity. However, they return to their original height after landing. 6. Water can boil and freeze simultaneously. In the vacuum of space, water can boil and freeze at the same time due to the absence of atmospheric pressure. This process is called triple point. 7. Space toilets are an engineering marvel. Modern space toilets use suction to ensure waste doesn't float away in zero gravity. The first ever urine collection device used on Apollo missions was essentially a condom connected to a bag. 8. Space pen versus pencil. Contrary to popular myth, NASA didn't spend millions developing the space pen. It was created by Paul C. Fisher, and both NASA and the Soviet space program eventually adopted it because pencils posed risks, e.g., broken tips could float into equipment. 9. Immortalized DNA on the Moon. The Apollo 11 astronauts left behind a small silicon disk containing goodwill messages from 73 countries, along with DNA samples. 10. Space debris is a growing problem. There are more than 27,000 pieces of space debris being tracked by NASA. These range from defunct satellites to fragments from collisions, posing risks to active spacecraft. 11. The Cold War secret moon plan. During the Cold War, both the US and the Soviet Union explored the idea of detonating a nuclear bomb on the moon to demonstrate technological power. 12. Longest continuous spaceflight. The longest single stay in space is 437 days, achieved by Russian cosmonaut Valery Polyakov aboard the Mir space station. 13. Space whiskers can cause damage. In the vacuum of space, tiny metal crystals called whiskers can grow on electronic components, causing short circuits and potentially catastrophic malfunctions. 14. Interstellar communication lag. Messages to Mars take between 3 and 22 minutes to travel, depending on the planet's positions. Communication with the Voyager spacecraft, now in interstellar space, takes over 20 hours for a single round trip. 15. Alien message in a bottle. The Voyager spacecraft carries the golden records, containing sounds and images from Earth as a message to extraterrestrial life. These include greetings in 55 languages, music, and even sounds like a baby crying and whale songs. 16. Astronauts must be bilingual. Since the International Space Station, ISS, is a joint project between NASA and Roscosmos, Russia, astronauts must be fluent in English and Russian.